Hey, friends, welcome back to Beyond the Numbers, the podcast where we decode the human side of accounting, dig into what's really going on behind the dashboards, and help you build a career or a company that actually works. I'm your host, Randy Kardas, CPA, CFO whisperer, and occasional translator of awkward workplace dynamics. Today, we're talking about something everyone loves to post about on LinkedIn, but few people actually live it out in the real world. Culture. Your culture is what happens when you're not in the room, not what's on your firm's website, and not what you told your boss in your last self-review, and certainly not what HR claims when the interns show up. It's the real vibe, the day-to-day behaviors, the unspoken rules that define how clients are treated and how problems get solved. Let's go. Let's start by making something clear. Culture is not catered lunch or that one team building day where everyone wore matching t-shirts. It's not the free snacks in the break room or your firm's glossy branding. It's also not the core values page, crafted by the marketing team and then approved by legal with phrases like integrity, excellence, accountability. Real culture is what you do when nobody's watching, when the partner's out, when the CFO's on PTO, or when you're on a client call and something goes sideways. That's culture. It's not about the slogans. It's about what you tolerate, what gets rewarded, and what gets ignored. Here's the simplest way to test your culture. Whether you're the intern or the managing partner, what happens when you're not in the room? If you're a CFO, are your controllers or accountants or team members still prioritizing transparency and client care when you're not reviewing their work? If you're the staff accountant, do you help your team even when no one's checking your timesheets? Or are you continually looking for a more efficient and faster way to deliver your work product compared to last month or last quarter, year, decade, or eon? If you're a senior manager, are you empowering those around you or micromanaging in the name of quality control? Real culture isn't built in performance reviews. It's built in everyday moments. I heard a story from a prior colleague who once worked with a firm, let's call them Impressive & Co. From the outside, they were a total dreamboat. Their website screamed team-oriented, innovative, people first. Their onboarding video featured a stock footage of smiling accountants high-fiving over coffee. But the actual culture, it was petty, defensive, political. People hoarded knowledge like it was gold. Emails turned into minefields, and junior staff were more afraid of being blamed than inspired to grow. Guess what happened? They bled talent. Clients felt the disconnect, and morale tanked. Culture always tells the truth eventually. Let's redefine culture for modern accounting professionals. Whether you're an analyst, manager, partner, or CFO, culture is the combination of your systems and your team's reactions and who's in the room. This is where EOS, the entrepreneurial operating system, gives us a reality check. It's not just about having good people, it's about having the right people in the right seats. RPRS, right people, right seats. Right people, they share your firm's core values. Right seats, they're in the roles that match their skills, their capacity, and their passion. The biggest drama in any firm starts when someone is in the wrong seat or isn't truly aligned with your values. But no one wants to have that hard conversation. Right people, right seats is the backbone of a healthy culture. When the wrong people stay too long, good people leave quietly, or worse, they disengage loudly. Here are 5 common culture killers, no matter your title. 1, passive-aggressive communication. If your emails start with, per my last message, you're not being professional. You're throwing shade in Arial 11. 2, ego-driven decision-making. If leaders always have to be right, innovation dies a slow, painful death. 3, hero worship. If one high performer is allowed to act like a jerk simply because they bring in the revenue, that's not culture. It's a hostage situation. 4, silence during problems. When people see issues but don't speak up because it's not my lane, you're building a culture of fear, not of ownership. And 5, rewarding output over impact. Praising the fastest worker regardless of accuracy, teamwork, or attitude. That's going to create a burnout factory. But here's the good news. You don't have to be the boss to influence culture. But if you're in a leadership role, you set the tone at the top. EOS makes it clear. People problems are strategy problems. If you're experiencing team dysfunction, turnover, or tension, don't just throw a pizza party or set up another communication workshop. Look at your organizational structure. Are you clear on who owns each role? Does every position have a defined accountability chart? Have you identified that role's measurables? And if so, is your team member hitting their targets and playing well with others? They may be an amazing person or an amazing friend, but may not be amazing for your organization. Do you run regular people analyzer reviews to ensure everyone gets it, they want it, and they have the capacity to do it? Culture doesn't need more fluff. It needs clarity, alignment, and the courage to say, hey, you're awesome, but maybe this isn't your seat anymore. That's not cold. That's leadership. And it's how firms and people grow. So the next time someone tells you, we have a great culture here, don't ask them to recite a mission statement. Ask them, what happens when no one's watching? That's the real test. That's the truth. That's the culture. If you want a culture that scales, remember, make sure the right people are in the right seats and that the values aren't just words, they're non-negotiables. Thanks for hanging out on Beyond the Numbers. If this episode hit a nerve, good, because that's where growth happens. Share this with your team, your mentor, or that office bestie who keeps track of who's having a day on Slack or Teams. I'm Randy Kardas. Thanks for listening. I'll catch you next time when we go deeper than compliance, smarter than dashboards, and, as always, beyond the numbers.